No data, no upgrade. If that line makes you tense, it is probably because you have been taught that family access is automatic, even when the behavior is not. Access is based on behavior, not history, and that one shift can save years of quiet resentment. You have heard the slogan, "Blood is thicker than water." But watch what happens in real life. You are in your car after a family dinner, phone vibrating, and the text comes in. "Why are you acting different? You owe me a call." You feel the pull to explain, to smooth it over, to pay the emotional bill. Instead, you breathe and you choose policy over panic. Here is what you are getting today. 8 practical tools to build a trust architecture with siblings, so guilt stops buying access and your peace stops being the family donation box. Nothing mystical, just decisions you can repeat. Start with a single line you can say without shaking. "I love you." But access is based on behavior, not history. Then you stop talking. Family loyalty as a virtue sounds clean. In real life, it often runs like guilt economics, where access is treated like a debt you did not agree to. You hear it in phrases like, "Good siblings do this. Good sons do that." And suddenly, a simple request turns into a moral test. The awkward part is your body notices first. Tight jaw, hot face. That little urge to explain yourself. Stoicism gives you a calmer map. You control your judgments, your boundaries, and where your attention goes. Your childhood role is not your job description as an adult, and blood does not override behavior. When someone demands loyalty while acting without discipline, they are not asking for love. They are asking for unearned access. So, you stop debating motives and you build a system. Evidence first, then access levels. That is what trust is earned looks like in practice. And the next move is simple. Start tracking receipts instead of promises so you can see the pattern before you price the relationship. Tool 1. The Trust Ledger: Evidence over DNA. Trust is earned only when it is measurable. Otherwise, guilt will talk you out of your own reality. Track receipts, not promises. And you stop getting hypnotized by family history. You are at the kitchen table after a tense dinner. Someone leans in and says, "Why are you acting like I am a stranger? I am family." Your stomach tightens because the old reflex is to soothe. The calmer move is to state the policy. Family does not mean automatic trust. It means, I want this to work, so I pay attention to patterns. That is not punishment. That is adulthood. Here is the rule. Trust equals pattern, not potential. When someone tells you they will change, you do not argue. You just start collecting data. Open a note on your phone and write 5 lines. Keeps commitments, respects boundaries, speaks with integrity, repairs after conflict, no sabotage. After each interaction, score each line 0, 1, or 2. It will feel weird, like you are being too clinical. Good. Clinical beats chaos when emotions spike. Give it a week and something becomes obvious. The next move they use to override your data is the loyalty invoice. Tool 2. The Loyalty Debt Detector. Guilt economics is how the loyalty invoice gets paid. Guilt economics sounds like virtue, but it is really a shortcut to access that has not been earned. You are standing by your fridge, late night, and your phone lights up. After everything I have done for you, you will not even answer. Your brain wants to explain. Your body wants to fix it fast. Instead, name what is happening out loud in a calm voice. That is an invoice, not a request. That one sentence breaks the spell and buys you a second of space. Here is the modern Stoic translation. Manipulation often wears moral language like a uniform. Real family would. Good siblings do. It is not ethics. It is leverage. Use one clean rule and one clean line. If you want something, ask directly. Do not turn it into a debt. And remember this: guilt is not proof. It is pressure. To keep yourself honest, tag it. In your trust ledger, add a quick marker anytime you hear "after everything, you owe me," or real family would. Count the tags each week. More tags means a lower trust tier. Once you can detect the invoice, you need a pricing system called the boundary ladder. Tool 3, the boundary ladder. The boundary ladder is what turns guilt economics into a simple pricing system. Instead of arguing about feelings, you set access levels that match behavior, and you stick to them. Your sibling texts, "Why cannot I just come by whenever?" You are in the middle of work. Laptop open, heart rate up, and the old script wants to justify. Skip the speech and state the tier. Drop-ins are Tier 4 access. You are at Tier 2 right now. It feels awkward because it is direct, but direct is kinder than resentment. Here is the policy. Boundaries work when they are predictable, not emotional, not personal, just consistent. Set 4 tiers. Tier 1 is polite distance. Holidays only. Public settings. Tier 2 is limited access. Scheduled calls. No personal finance. No secrets. Tier 3 is normal sibling. More time. Selective vulnerability. Tier 4 is inner circle. Ks. Emergencies. Deep trust. Then use one line to anchor it. I am rebuilding trust in tiers. Consistency earns upgrades. Each week, check your ledger average. If it is 1.6 or higher for 4 weeks, upgrade 1 tier. If it is 1.0 or lower, downgrade immediately. Tiers collapse when you over-explain, so the next move is holding a boundary without a courtroom speech. Tool 4, the non-answer and redirect. Master the non-answer because it protects your boundary ladder without turning every conversation into a trial. When someone cannot get Tier 4 access, they often switch to questions that try to pry it open anyway. You are on a call, laundry on the couch, and your sibling suddenly says, "So what happened with your relationship? Tell me everything." You feel that split second of panic where silence feels rude. That is the moment to choose policy over performance. Not every question deserves your inner world. Some questions are quiet tests of hierarchy and access. The most powerful move is a calm, non-answer and a pivot. Delivered like it is normal because it is normal. Pick one line and memorize it. I am keeping that private. Or I am not discussing that. Or I appreciate you asking, but I am not going into it. Then redirect. That is personal. What is new with your job? Then stop talking. Let the space do the work. This will feel awkward at first because you are removing the old reward of oversharing. Good. Track it. Each time you hold the non-answer without explaining. Mark a check. Aim for 10 checks per week. Silence handles questions. But disrespect needs consequences. And that is next. Tool 5. The one-line consequence. If-then boundary is the moment your words become real. A boundary without a consequence is just a preference. And preferences get ignored when someone is angry or entitled. You are on the phone, pacing near the window, trying to keep your voice steady. Your sibling snaps. You are selfish. You think you are better than us. The old move is to defend yourself. And suddenly you are in a debate you never agreed to. The cleaner move is one sentence and an exit. Say it once, calmly. If you insult me, I end the call. We can try again tomorrow. They push back with a shocked laugh. Wow. You do not argue. You follow the policy. All right. We will try again tomorrow. Then you end the call. This is not about being harsh. Stoicism is not being nice. It is being clear. Keep the consequence small, immediate, and enforceable. If you do X, I will do Y. No threats you will not carry out. Track your consistency like a simple ratio. Times you enforce the consequence divided by times the boundary was violated. Aim for 0.8 or higher. Because below 0.5, your boundary becomes theater. Consequences get messy when they steal your whole day. So, next is scheduled access with time windows. Tool 6. The controlled access window. Scheduled access is how you stop being available by default without turning your life into a constant boundary conversation. If-then boundary ends the call when things go off the rails. This move prevents the rails from being touched in the first place. It is mid-afternoon. You are in the middle of work, and your phone starts buzzing. I need you right now. Pick up. The pressure is familiar, and it comes with that old fear that saying no makes you the bad one. Instead of a long explanation, you send one clean text and keep moving. I can do 15 minutes at 7 p.m. if it is urgent. Call emergency services. That line does two things. It respects real emergencies, and it refuses manufactured emergencies. Here is the Stoic point. People who weaponize family often keep you proving yourself. Because, as long as you are proving, you are controllable. A controlled access window removes the proving ground. Set a window you can actually keep. Maybe 2 evenings a week. Maybe 1 weekend call. Then use the rule as your default. Family access is scheduled unless earned. I am available during my window. Outside that, I am offline. Track time theft for 7 days. Count the minutes you gave outside your window and aim to cut it in half. Time windows protect you. But what if they suddenly want to make things right? The repair protocol filters fake apologies. Tool 7. The repair protocol. Repair receipts are how scheduled access stops being a revolving door. When someone wants back into Tier 3 or Tier 4, words are cheap, and your nervous system knows it. You get a text after a blow-up. Fine. I am sorry. Okay. The apology is short, vague, and it comes with an unspoken request to reset the scoreboard. You can feel the pull to accept it just to end the tension. Instead, you slow it down with one calm question. Repair looks like three things: acknowledge, restore, change. Which one are you doing? That line is not a trap. It is a filter. Trust is rebuilt when someone becomes harder to hurt you again, not when they sound remorseful for 5 minutes. Require 3 receipts. First, a specific acknowledgement with no excuses. Second, restitution, what they will do to make it right. Third, pattern change, what will be different next month. Then use one anchor sentence. I accept the apology when the pattern changes. After any conflict, give a repair score from 0 to 3. Only a score of 2 or higher earns a tier upgrade. If repairs do not happen, you need the exit ramp, without rage and without speeches. Tool 8. The exit ramp. Indifference is protection, and it is the cleanest way to end the game when repair receipts never show up. You are not trying to win. You are trying to get your attention back. A message pops up after you hold a boundary. You are really going to block me. The question is designed to pull you into a debate, because debates keep the connection alive even when the behavior stays the same. You can feel the itch to explain yourself in detail. That itch is the hook. Use policy instead of emotion. I am not punishing you. I am protecting myself. We can revisit later if behavior changes. Then you stop engaging. No extra paragraphs. No defending. Silence is the door closing. This is not cruelty. Indifference is the decision that they do not get to live in your head rent-free. Removal ends the loop. And it also gives them one clear path back, which is consistent behavior over time. Keep it simple with one rule and one line. No hate. No updates. No debates. I am stepping back. Take care. Measure it like a real metric. Track mental real estate. Minutes per day. You ruminate about them. Your goal is under 10 minutes a day by day 7. Now the objection hits. But they are family. So let us dismantle it cleanly. Indifference is protection, but it can trigger a specific fear. If you set boundaries with siblings, you are cold, and you will regret it when they are gone. That fear sounds wise, but it usually skips one detail. What regret actually comes from? Regret comes from 2 places: abandoning your values or abandoning reality. Stoicism does not ask you to abandon love. It asks you to abandon illusions. You can care about someone and still refuse access to your time, your home, your secrets, and your nervous system. That is not rejection. That is terms. If someone wants closeness, the price is basic respect and repair, not blood and guilt. That coin, labeled trust, is the point. The terms stay the same, even when the last name matches yours. I have watched people realize the leverage move in real time. Usually when a sibling says, "After everything, you owe me," and the room goes quiet. The first boundary is almost always small. Something like, "I can talk Sunday." Not tonight. And it feels weird in your throat. Then the surprise. Either respect shows up, or distance becomes clean and honest. Evidence-based trust is the goal for 7 days. You are not trying to fix the family system. You are replacing guilt-based access with data you can stand on. Give yourself 5 minutes a day. Update the trust ledger with those 0 to 2 scores. Mark 3 simple wins. Redirect wins. Consequence enforced. Time window held. Then write 1 body signal. Tight chest. Jove. Calm. Sleep quality. On a 1 to 5 scale. That last line matters because your body is the first place manipulation shows up. Keep the rules tight for this week. No tier upgrades. Even if someone suddenly acts nice, you are stabilizing, not negotiating. Enforce 1 consequence per violation. Calm and immediate. And protect 1 scheduled window for contact. Outside the window, you are offline. At the end of day 7, you do 1 review. Less time theft. Fewer guilt tags. Lower rumination minutes. That is progress you can trust. Trust is earned. So prove it to yourself this week with 1 small move. Pick 1 boundary you have been avoiding. Enforce it once. And notice what changes in your body and in the relationship. It will feel a little awkward. And that is fine. Awkward is the sound of a new standard being installed. If this landed, comment, trust is earned, so other people know they are not crazy for needing space. Subscribe if you want more calm systems for boundaries and emotional control. Next up, how to stay polite while you stop being available.